Summer, the season of warmth, sunshine, and endless possibilities, is slowly coming to an end. As the days pass, the warmth of summer's breath begins to wane, replaced by the crisp caress of autumn's breeze. However, in these final summer days, life is still abundant and thriving. And with clouds shaped like hearts, two friends of one another call this beautiful place home. This is Yarrow, and at the pond's edge, Fern. Yarrow has had a rough start at life. Because of this, she is not displaying her full adult colors yet. Fern, on the other hand, was a picture of health, with shiny scales and a robust build. Yarrow and Fern had learned to appreciate each other's unique qualities. Winter was closing in, its icy grip slowly tightening around the world. The days were growing shorter, and the nights were growing longer. The chill in the air was palpable, and it seemed as though the very earth itself was growing colder. For Yarrow and Fern, this meant to start moving, as all inhabitants of these lands would do the same. However, after calling this place home for many months, both Metriacanthosaurus seemed to have attached themselves to the grass beneath their feet, the cave in which they slept, and the warmth that still lingered on the horizon. With the last of the critters around, Fern wastes no time in securing herself a meal. After a successful hunt, she calls Yarrow over. One final shared meal before the journey begins. The skies turned a dull grey, as if the very essence of summer's warmth was being sucked away. The air grew thick with an otherworldly energy, like a palpable force was building in the atmosphere, and then without warning, summer simply ended. One day, it was warm and sunny. The next, it was cold and snowy. The change was so sudden that life stumbled on its feet, unwilling to embrace this change just yet. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the darkness cloaked them in an air of stealth and mystery. Every now and then, their keen senses picked up noises, the rustle of small critters scurrying through the underbrush, or the distant call of other creatures echoing through the chilly night. Yarrow and Fern paused frequently, their large heads tilting slightly, eyes glimmering in the faint light as they scanned their surroundings for any sign of movement. Finally, after what felt like hours of relentless trudging, the dense foliage began to thin, revealing a quaint clearing. It was a serene sight, the tranquil surface of a meandering stream shimmering under the silver light of the moon. However, the stillness was soon interrupted by a series of distant calls echoing from deeper within the forest. The cries of smaller dinosaurs, perhaps herbivores or other prey, rang out through the trees, mingling with the rustling of branches, moved by the snow. To their surprise, yet another Metriacanthosaurus emerges from the forest. He too was drawn towards the calls of a possible meal. The new arrival is a male that we will call Strider. Bonded by the same purpose, these social carnivores decide to form a pack, aiming to secure a meal together. Crouched down, the three move closer to the calls, seemingly coming from behind that hill. The soft hiss of the falling snow provides them with a bit of cover as they slowly move in closer. Then, the clearing shows itself. The predators moved with a sinister elegance, their sharp claws leaving silent imprints in the rich, loamy soil. They were masters of stealth, honing in on their targets with an almost eerie focus. Unbeknownst to the unsuspecting herbivores, 3 Metriacanthosaurs prowled nearby, their sleek bodies blending seamlessly with the underbrush. Ensnared by the tranquility of the night, they continued to graze, blissfully unaware of the predators that lay in wait. The young parasaur sees no escape. The water tantalized it, shimmering like a dark mirror. Perhaps granting an escape. But beneath it lay unseen depths, a treacherous abyss that held nothing but darkness, like a tunnel without end. For this unfortunate soul, there is no escape. The parasaur plunged back into the icy embrace, believing that the water would help shield it from the predators. Nature had played out yet another of its timeless narratives, the relentless cycle of survival. So, the three move on, with empty bellies and a complete unknown world before them. Time will tell if they have what it takes to survive in this relentless wilderness. And time has fared them well. Months have passed since we last checked up on our Metriacanthosaur trio. Yarrow and Strider seem to have transformed. Yarrow finally claims her healthy skin, while Strider displays his male markings in all its glory. Confident and curious, the three move into unfamiliar territory. Before them, a colossal Apatosaurus peacefully munches away on a berry bush. Even though this gentle giant seems docile, the atmosphere feels rather off. Distant calls disrupt their entrance, a shiver of alertness rushing through their veins. Confident as they might be, this giant red flag cannot be ignored. We have to move now. Even the trees seem to loom larger in the darkness, their gnarled branches twisting like fingers pointing toward the heavens, or perhaps beckoning the lost. Shadows danced unnaturally, creating silhouettes that played tricks on the mind. A rustle here, a snap of a twig there, nights fell abruptly, wrapping the world in a dark embrace that seemed to leach warmth from the very soil. Hunger is becoming a serious problem now. Restless and uneasy, the three decide to move back to the place they tried so desperately to avoid. For Strider especially, time is ticking. It is now or never, as desperate times call for desperate measures. We carved our names on the bark of time, spoke of the stars and the hills we'd climb, shared our life woven with threads of gold, a bond so bright, now dimmed and cold. For in the silence, I feel you near, in the whispers of wind, in the falling tear. Though loss may shroud me in a cloak of night, your light will guide me, a beacon so bright. And it was on that exact night that the endless blanket of clouds decided to part ways for the moon and the stars to shine their infinite light. It was as if Yarrow helped from above to clear the path for Fern and Strider and be the beacon of light they so desperately needed. Winter had held the land in its icy grip for months, an unyielding monarch cloaked in white. As time slipped forward, whispers of change began to weave through the air. The days gradually grew longer, drawing out the shadows and inching back against the lingering chill. The world awakened to a delicate warmth, a gentle promise that stirred the dormant spirits of the landscape. It was the sun herself. The air smells fresh and welcoming, filled with creatures singing their songs, a cacophony of chirps and whistles, heralding the arrival of new beginnings. For Fern and Strider, a promise of life is yet to come. They are building a nest, carefully hidden among the leaves and foliage, their hearts brought together through love and loss. It will be Strider's duty to build the nest. This is not only a task for the male, but also a way to win Fern over, a form of bonding over the new chapter they will enter. However, Strider is not the sole builder. From within the redwood forest, movement stirs. With the passing of months, Fern and Strider found more than just each other. This is Rose, a stunning female carrying the most vibrant hues of pink, and Nidus, a docile male. Gathering together, the pack set to work. Each member played a vital role. Sticks, dried ferns, and colorful pebbles were collected, brought from all corners of their territory. Nidus and Rose work well together, delivering nesting materials to one another, ready to carry it up the hill. Fern is in high spirits. She's happy to have Rose on her side, helping her deal with preparations as well as the grief still lingering in the background. Strider shows off the nest with pride. Fern takes a good look at it, her eyes twinkling with joy as she carefully treads forward, taking place on her throne. A sound that resonated with pride. Strider nudged her gently in response, a soft growl of affirmation rumbling from his throat. For Nidus and Rose, they have fulfilled their jobs well. For now, the pack can enjoy the peace, slumbering in the warm sun as they wait for new life to incubate.
It's all in our hands, this life of time that's given to us all. It gathers round each night, each morn. We watch it pass and grow. It is all in our hands, it is all in our hands. With every field and rising sea, can hear the sounds of all, and with every change we'll always be where hope's not lost but found. It is all in our hands, it is all in our hands.
Each day, the sun rises a little later and sinks a little earlier. Again, summer gently surrenders its reign to autumn. The landscape begins to transform under the changing light. For our pack, summer has been busy. The kids have almost tripled in size. Their personalities grew as much as they themselves. Today marks the first day outside the nest, an adventure long awaited. However, adventure is not the only reason why our pack decides to move out. Food is becoming scarce, and as life once again migrates to richer grounds, our family has no choice but to follow. A rotting carcass presents another warning. Big carnivores lurk around, also looking for their next meal. As the weeks progress, the chill of autumn follows. Its cold winds pressuring away all life. With this many mouths to feed, the Metriacanthosaurus family will take what they can get. Unfortunately for many, this transition is bittersweet. As the cold draws closer, the once prosperous lands are less forgiving. the cycle of life unfolded like a somber ballet, a tale of gluttony giving way to necessity, of abundance transforming into scarcity. Again, Fern and Strider find themselves in similar conditions as last year, however, now with offspring under their wing. Our family seemed to know of the age-old dance that winter performed. The uneasy truce between beauty and brutality. As the first flakes, delicate and woolly, drifted down to blanket the forest floor, the Metriacanthosaurs moved on as if they were trying to outrun the snow that danced around them. For Fern especially, winter carries a heaviness, still carrying the loss of her beloved yarrow. Months ago, these 3 adolescent Metriacanthosaurs hatched. Now, their adult colorings come shining through. And amongst them, something nothing short of a miracle. Even in grief, there lies a beautiful truth. Love is an eternal thread that binds us to those we've lost. And sometimes, just sometimes, souls find their way back to us. Months have passed, with the sun of spring gently coating all life under a warm gaze. Our Metriacanthosaurus pack gathers, the air heavy with tension, like a weak grip growing stronger and stronger. Fern and Strider stood imposingly before their offspring, the weight of their decisions apparent. The time has come to separate, pushing their children out into the world, to start a family of their own. But just because it's nature doesn't mean it's easy.